This is the Christian Fantasy and Science Fiction Bulletin for November 2020, bringing you the latest news and releases of speculative fiction created by Christians. I'm Adam David Collings. And we're going uncut again this month because I'm still super busy and this is the only way that I have time to get the bulletin out. So there's going to be no thrills. No frills, not no thrills. There'll be lots of thrills because I'm talking about great books. This is why I don't do unscripted stuff. I'm not good at it. Anyway, let's look at some books. So first of all, we've got A Poisoned Sky, a Captain Liam adventure by Logan Judy. Liam dreams of returning to Earth, the planet his fellow humans left long ago. But the obstacles in front of him are extreme. The trip is long, dangerous, and requires a ship and a crew. Those cost money, and Liam has none of it. Bereft of resources and facing a dwindling lifespan on a hostile planet, Liam seeks out his only remaining option: reward money for a radical terrorist. Then we've got Dawnbringer, the Star Clock Chronicles, Book 1 by E.J. Kitchens. In a world where the sun is a myth, dawn is coming. Bertram Oram expected trouble with both the timekeepers and the fairies. If he got caught in the fairy woods, he didn't expect to get trapped in an abandoned fairy court deep underground while trying to save airship captain Mariana Bowditch from a will-o'-the-wisp. Nor did he expect he and Mariana to discover an ancient treasure that could help free the world from the Time King's control. One that could bring back the people's ability to navigate for themselves in a world where sun and moon, east and west, are myths hidden by the fairy queen's star veil. Even if Bertram and Mariana escape the caves, there's no way to navigate themselves to an airship port and safety. And if the timekeepers find them, the world will never see the dawn. So this is a steampunk adventure romance novelette and the book 1 of the series. Fractures, Rise of the Anointed, Book 2 by Jason C. Joyner. It's not easy being a motorbike. It's not easy being a teenager with secret superpowers. DeMarcus, Lily, Harry, and Sarah Jane are settling into their new reality post-launch conference. They may not have to worry about Simon Mazur taking over the world anymore, but there's still the typical teen stuff to manage, not to mention covertly developing their supernatural gifts as an extracurricular activity. The four can't help wanting to use their powers for good, but when underground footage of their abilities hits the internet and two more powered teens who control water and another who hijacks sound waves enter the picture, they realize the situation is more than they can handle on their own. Meanwhile, a figure from DeMarcus's past complicates his notions of who he is and where he's headed, and the brokenness within Lily causes her to question how much darkness still lives within her. What they don't know is that there's still an ancient prophecy other forces are working to fulfill. Even their friend John Perspus, as a spiritual guide and tech from genius tinkerer Ratchet, they'll see the potential for light or darkness in each of them. It remains to be seen who will choose the light. The Death Horn, The Steel Hand by Jesse L. Roberts. So this is a prequel to her Steel Hand series, but it can be read standalone or in whatever order you want, I understand. An unjust war, a ship without a captain, a mercenary caught between two worlds. Clayt serves under the captain of the Death Horn, one of the few captains who considers Clayt a worthy leader, not a bloodthirsty primitive. When a war breaks out between the Ordained and the two planets who refuse to bow to them, Clayt follows his captain into battle, where Clayt's conscience is put to the test as he's forced to fight drafted soldiers. Then tragedy thrusts Clayt into command, and he must protect the crew from both sides of the war and find a way to end it. Restoring Time, Community Chronicles Book 4, a Scottish time travel romance of a different kind, by Jen Lees. He's fighting to keep them together. She knows their destiny holds death. Can changing the timeline save them from destruction? Scotland, 2061. Militia Commander Rory Campbell is desperate to reunite with his new wife, When a nuclear fallout cloud draws near, he embarks without clearance to recover her from her underground government bunker in Edinburgh. But when he finally arrives, he discovers she's disappeared into the time machine. Sealban Campbell is shocked when her accidental trip to the future reveals she died in childbirth, and her broken-hearted husband begs her to return to the past and change history so he won't lose her. As Rory is thrust into a larger leadership role, his struggle to protect his people causes a rift in their marriage. And while Sealban battles for acceptance among her husband's coalition, a traitor in their midst, and the life growing inside her threatens to destroy everything they've built. Can the troubled couple rescue each other and rescue humanity? Restoring Time is the fourth book in the gripping Community Chronicles dystopian time travel series. If you like strong female protagonists, passionate soulmates, and impossible choices, then you'll adore Jen Lee's stirring adventure. Dragon's Winter, Dragon Courage Book 7 by Candy J. Wyatt. Scout the area, plan the escape, rescue the slave. What could possibly go wrong? Mare's continuing her apprenticeship in San Valencia, but when a strange illness affects everyone in the dragon colony, including dragons, she is forced to help a pregnant girl find safety. Rescuing slaves is all in a day's work for Jareem, until a new slaver in town takes exception to Jareem's interference. Now sick and with a wounded dragon, Jareem must free the slave and find Mare and the pregnant girl before the slaver. The clock is ticking, the baby's due any day, and the slaver's persistent. Mare and Jareem must reach beyond who they believe themselves to be in order to bring the former slaves home in one piece. Dragon's Winter is the seventh book in the coming-of-age series Dragon's Courage. If you like enticing worlds, captivating stories, and a new plot on a new twist on dragon lore, you'll love Candy J. Wyatt's amazing series. Symphony of Star Songs, Belforia Series Book 6. Evil hunts brothers Dougray and Robbie as they seek the invisible citadel of Gallenbray for the next crystals. Traps await them and time is slipping away. Soon all the demons will overrun Galfane as Morgan grows more powerful. Will they find the citadel in time and escape the clutches of a lethal demon pursuing them, which is poisoning everything in its wake? And one final one, I have actually put out a book myself. This is just a short story, The Christmas Star Disaster. So this is a short science fiction Christmas story. It's set in my Jewel of the Stars universe, but you can read it completely standalone. A Christmas Cruise in Space. This is newly promoted Glenn Price's first time as cruise director. He wants to make his mark and do something special for the passengers. But his plan to project a giant Christmas star above the ship turns disastrous when the ship suddenly loses power. Can Glenn salvage what's left of the event and still make it a meaningful Christmas? A science fiction Christmas short story set in the Jewel of the Stars universe. So those are the books that I have for you in November. I'll see you next month in December for our special Christmas bulletin. Live long and prosper. God bless. Make it so.